Alrighty, hello, Cinefreaks and those alike. We are ranking horror movie performances from the 21st century in this little March Madness style bracket. I'll quickly go over how I chose, I guess, a little bit here. Some of it is sort of just obvious, like Toni Collette and Hereditary, like everybody talks about that. I looked like at Letterboxd's like most popular horror movies. Did I say only 21st century? I looked at the most popular, chose a little bit among that. There's a couple things that I think should be in here. So if you see something missing, don't yell at me. Or please do yell at me in the comments, because then that helps the algorithm or something. I don't know. But I'm thinking maybe this could be a cool thing to get, like, people who watch this, they can suggest their own rankings, and then I can talk about the movies and stuff like that. So then I don't have to be the one who gets yelled at for, like, missing somebody. I'm sure I've missed someone that you like that should be on here. And it's going to kill me. I'm going to read in the comments, and I'm like, oh, crap, I should have put that in here. But really, we're trying to find the best, okay? So if you are like, hey, did you see, Janice Finkelstein in The Dead Dog, directed by Jimmy Dugan? No, I didn't see that movie. And is that the best one? We're finding the best one, okay? Yeah, maybe your 8th favorite could be on here, but we want the best, okay? And you're going to disagree with some of my selections, I know. Some of the ones I already have and you're going to disagree here with some of the selections I have, I know. Without further ado, let's get into it, though. So if they're sitting on top, I've kind of seated them higher, is how sort of the hierarchy of this works, pretty much. Oh, wait, there's one that needs to switch already. Okay, let's get into it. And if they're sitting on top, I think that's sort of how I've decided to rank them higher. It doesn't necessarily mean I think that performance is better. There's going to be some lower seeds, I'm sure, that win this. But kind of what I feel like people generally say is the better performance, maybe. Anyway, let's start at the top left here and go with Toni Collette in Hereditary versus Logan Marshall Green in The Invitation. Look, we know what I'm choosing, but let's talk about Logan Marshall Green in The Invitation. Of all the movies on here, that's going to be one of the probably least watched ones, but he's really freaking good in it. Basically, the whole movie is set at... I'm going to play a little trailer. Basically, the whole movie is set at a house, and he's like suspicious of
Kind of hard to call everybody up out
the people that are like hosting the party. I kind of don't want to say much because it's better to just watch it, obviously. I mean, which is the case with any movie. But he has to internalize a lot in the movie. And I just think he does such a good job at it.
The people you love.
Well, anyway, that one didn't go as well playing the trailer.
Everybody?
Why is this in such crap quality, too? Anyway. And Toni Collette rocks in Hereditary. I mean, it's not even a good take. Like, it's not even interesting to even say that. But anyway, she wins. I don't need to talk too much about her right now. Maybe I'll talk more about her later. She rocks. Boom. Alright, I guess, I'll just move in order here. So, in this little battle here, we've got old Pennywise, played by Bill Skarsgård, and Mia Goth. This photo is from Maxine, but I'm counting it as the whole X trilogy, which may be cheating, but um, I'm making the rules here. So I think Bill's performance as Pennywise is obviously really good. That's why it's in the bracket. I think he probably made the character better than like most people would. He's kind of creepy. I mean, not kind of creepy. He's very creepy in it. And, but like really fun to watch, So, yeah. And I mean, and then Mia Goth in the X trilogy, she rocks in all three. Pearl, I got feelings about Pearl, okay? But she's really good in all three. Those movies, I don't know, are they kind of forgettable? Also, It Too is not that great. I'm trying to talk about movies in good terms here. Why'd you make me say bad things? But regardless, Bill is good in all of them. And Mia Goth's good in all of them, pretty much. But, I mean, obviously it's got to go to Bill. He created maybe one of the most iconic horror villains of the modern horror age. Possibly. I know he didn't create it, but I mean, he brought it to life. I'm going with old Bill, okay? Bill moves on. So let's move down the bracket here. We got James McAvoy in Split. Oh, now I see a problem, though. Because I said Mia Goth could be all three, but I'm only doing Split for James McAvoy. I can do Glass too, but he just doesn't have as much to do. Anyway, James McAvoy in Split versus Catherine Newton and Lisa Frankenstein. And I know you probably haven't seen the movie, and you're probably going to yell at me about it in the comments. But you got to watch the movie, and you got to respect what I've decided here, okay? Catherine Newton and Lisa Frankenstein is freaking awesome, okay? Simply, if you just watch the movie, watch how she uses her body to emote and also for comedic effect. I think she really understood the tone of the movie she was in, almost more than she should have, if that makes sense, Yeah, she's really good, and I just love how she uses her body in that and to express herself. And she's a total babe, obviously, so that helps. James McAvoy rocks in Split. He's playing freaking like 10 different characters. I know it's like 27 in his head, but he only plays like 10. He's really good in it. Obviously, he's going to win this, but if I do anything with this video, I get you to watch Lisa Frankenstein for Catherine Newton's performance. She's really good in it, I recommend. Okay, James McAvoy wins this round. Okay? So now we're going Daniel Kaluuya and Get Out versus Naomi Scott in Smile 2. Daniel Kaluuya, obviously really good in it. He's sort of the anchor point of the movie, obviously. Obviously, that's such a stupid thing to say. Yeah, he's really good in the movie. And then Naomi Scott is God tier in Smile 2, I think. And I think the underrated thing about Naomi Scott in Smile 2 is that she's like at a 10 the whole movie. Like, she's psychologically disturbed the whole freaking movie. And I think it's underrated because you're watching it in a 2-hour form. It's underrated how difficult that is as an actor to be performing at that high emotional state for 30 days or however they filmed. I don't know if that should be taken into factor or not, but her intensity level remains consistent through the whole 2-hour movie there. And she's really freaking good in it, okay? And Daniel Kaluuya's really good. But I don't like... When I think of Get Out, besides this crying scene here that I have on the photo, there's not like a big, huge thing I remember from him, but I just remember Naomi Scott's like general disturbedness for like the whole time she's performing. So this is gonna get the biggest hate, I think, but I think Naomi Scott in Smile 2 wins this one. She like should have won an Oscar or something. What the heck? What the heck? Get her over here too. Okay. We're going Naomi Scott Smile 2. Yell at me, I'm sorry. Okay, over here. We're going with Florence Pugh in Midsummer versus Ewan McGregor in Dr. Sleep. Okay? Florence Pugh rocks, obviously. Same thing I kind of said about Naomi Scott is that she's disturbed the whole movie too. I think she does it in a slightly more like grounded level, maybe, if that makes sense. Like Naomi Scott isn't really hiding it well, whereas I think Florence is trying her best to hide it. And I think it fits the style and tone of that movie really well too, and her character. And Ewan McGregor is really good in Dr. Sleep as well. He's quite chill though, you know? He doesn't get any moments to really like hit a home run. But that movie in general is like very methodically like paced, I guess. It's kind of a chillish movie. I don't know, besides some moments, but you know, there's an argument to be made that maybe Rebecca Ferguson from Dr. Sleep could be on that selection instead of Ewan, now that I'm thinking of it. Either way, Florence wins this. Florence rocks in Midsummer. Go Florence. Oh yeah. Okay, now we've got Christian Bale in American Psycho versus Nell Tiger Free in The First Omen. Now this is interesting from Christian Bale here. This is the only movie from like pre-2010s, 2015s even. I don't know if that's a problem it's my problem, like my fault. I tried to make the list as representative of the 21st century as possible, but also horror movies only got like good. That's such a bad statement. I shouldn't say this. Not good since like 2015, but like before then, there just weren't a lot of performances matching the stuff that's on here. You know what I'm saying, okay? I'm sure I missed something from 2000, 2015. That's what the comment section's for. But anyway, Christian Bale is in American Psycho. I mean, not to like tease the rest of the bracket here, but this is my favorite movie, American Psycho. And there's an argument to be made that this is a comedy even, and almost not a horror movie. But there are horrific sequences. It can play as a horror movie as much as a comedy. It just happens to be very funny also. I think what he's doing in that movie is maybe like one of the best things I've ever seen, because he's like making fun of his character the whole movie. And he's so watchable and so pathetic, but never like annoying was what I was gonna say, but he's annoying on purpose, if that makes sense. I just think he's like walking this tightrope that is so impressive, and I think another actor, like they were gonna cast Leo in that in 2000. I just don't think Leo would have had that sense of humor at that time for Patrick Bateman. It's so good. It's like the funniest performance ever. Versus Nell Tiger Free in The First Omen. I mean, This might be another movie that people haven't watched as much on this list, The First Omen. Highly recommend. The filmmaking in that, Arkasha Stevenson. You kidding me? This is her first feature also, so really excited to see what she does. Arkasha, I mean. But Nell Tiger Free in First Omen, she's in like, I want to say she's in like every scene, maybe every frame damn near. I mean, not frame, but I want to say she's in every scene of the movie. And she's putting on a clinic. I mean, she's really freaking good in it. But I mean, you're going up against Christian Bale's Patrick Bateman. You just can't beat it. Okay, do watch First Omen. Christian Bale wins though. Okay, now we got Demi Moore in The Substance versus Hugh Grant in Hereditary. Heretic. Stupid. So I put Demi Moore as a top seed here because she was Oscar nominated and won a bunch of awards that season and like was so close to winning the Oscar. If I'm not mistaken, that's like one of the only actors in a horror movie in recent years that has been even nominated for an Oscar. Correct me if I'm wrong on that. But also as likely as her to win. So she's there kind of because of that, although she's excellent in the movie. Very good. And in the movie's tone is so ridiculous. Can you imagine how terrifying it would have been for her to be on set doing some of the crazy shit she was doing for a second-time filmmaker and being like, is this going to be like the worst thing ever, you know? And it ends up being awesome because the tones match, you know, like the over excessive nature of the filmmaking and her huge performance matches. It blends. She's really good in it. Hugh Grant in Heretic, though, man, whoo-wee! He can't help but be charming, I think. I think that's just like in his blood now. But match that with like a creepy character and he is just going off in this movie. And compared to almost everybody else here, he's got the most time he gets to like cook because basically the whole movie's a bunch of dialogue. I mean, it's basically a play, this movie. So I'm a little partial too because I love when an actor gets to cook, gets the time to do their thing. But he's just so good in it. He's like turned up the dial where the charm is up, but you're suspicious of him due to it being a horror movie, but he still implants that. Man, he's so good in it. I gotta go Hugh with the upset here. There it is. Hugh with the upset. Okay. Now we got Lupita versus Samara here. Lupita and Us, Samara and Ready or Not. Lupita is, she's cooking in Us. She plays dual roles, too, something to think about. A normal person and a little freak. That voice she did in Us, can you believe it? That was a weird voice, if you ask me. I think anytime an actor gets to play two roles, that's like catnip to me. I love that. Yeah, and she gets a lot of time to just go off too, you know? Yeah, she's really good in it. Samara Weaving. I mean, she's really good in Ready or Not also. Is this boring that I keep saying they're really good in this movie? Duh. I think what Samara's doing in Ready or Not is kind of underrated too. To be funny and charming and likable and scared and confident, and you have to be this sort of someone you assume can't survive the night, but then by the end of the night, you know she could kill everybody there, sort of thing. I think she's really good in it. I love that movie too. That's another movie also that's like damn near a comedy more than it is a horror. But I gotta go with the high seed here and go with Lupita and Us. She's just really good. Boom. Lupita gets it. All right. So now we're going back up top left here. We're going Hereditary, Toni Collette versus Bill Skarsgård, Pennywise. Whew. This is tough, and this might haunt me forever, you know? Toni Collette gets a lot to do in the movie. She gets a lot more nuance to play, whereas I don't think Bill gets that as much. But Bill's creating such a character in such an interesting way. But I think I gotta go Toni still. She just gets a lot more variety to play. Oh, that's tough. That's gonna kill me. Oh my god, I did it. Jeez. That's my face right now. Tony's face. Okay. Next up, we're going James McAvoy in Split. And Naomi Scott in Smile 2. Okay, I think all of these are gonna kill me from now on almost. Because this one's tough too. Because James has the showy performance. He gets to play like 10 different people. Naomi Scott's kind of at one level, which is kind of what I just bashed Bill for a little bit. But I think what she's doing is really freaking hard. And I think that movie also, something I haven't mentioned about Smile 2 is that like that movie completely relies on that performance. If the actor who's playing the girl in Smile 2 is not doing as well as Naomi Scott, the movie is not as good. I think plain and simple, that's the truth. Whereas James, the movie doesn't rely on him as much, but it is impressive. And I think he injects it with enough fun and humor, so it's not like hard to watch. Because I remember Joaquin Phoenix was originally cast in Split, I believe. And I think that would be a much bigger bummer to watch. Probably. And James makes it really fun. But Naomi Scott holds the whole movie. Oh my god, this is insane. Naomi Scott's getting it. Smile 2. Man, I'm gonna oh my god. Okay, we got Florence Pugh in Midsummer versus Christian Bale in American Psycho. I think this is kind of obvious. Florence Pugh rocks in Midsummer, but what Christian Bale is doing in American Psycho is insane. And I already said it's my favorite movie, so I'm going to be a little biased here, and this one doesn't hurt as much because he's so good in it. But that smile there, Florence is giving. Very good. Okay, we got Hugh Grant versus Lupita here. Let me get a sip of water. Okay, now this one's interesting too, because these are both actor-heavy performances in these movies too. Hugh has this sliminess. He just has this charm slime crap he's doing. Man, I like it. And Lupita doing the two characters is so good. Boy. This is tough. I think I gotta go Hugh. He's kind of funny in it. Charming, scary. Yeah, I'm going Hugh. He gets a lot more time to choose scenes. Those scenes are so long. That Radiohead moment when they start comparing the Monopoly board and stuff. Oh, I do love that movie. Okay, we're going back left. Toni Collette in Hereditary versus Naomi Scott in Smile 2. I know what I'm going with. I'm going with Naomi Scott in Smile 2. You're gonna freaking kill me in the comments. But watch that movie. I know. Toni Collette is so good in Hereditary. She's so good. The movie relies on her also. But I just think what Naomi Scott's doing in Smile 2 should have got the Oscars too, attention. She's really good in it. Okay, we're going over here. We're going Christian Bale in American Psycho versus Hugh Grant in Heretic. Again, we know where I'm going. I'm sorry. We're going Christian Bale in American Psycho. I mean, that performance is great. Hugh Grant rocks, but Christian Bale, American Psycho, wins this one. Now we know who wins, okay? But let's look at where we've come so far here. We got Christian Bale in American Psycho versus Naomi Scott in Smile 2. So what I'm saying here is that of all the horror movies of the 21st century, these are the two best performances. Please yell at me in the comments about it. I will defend Christian Bale in American Psycho. I'll put down my life on that one. Naomi Scott, I'll also put down my life, okay? But I can see why you'd fight me on it. But that movie's so good. The filmmaking's so good. She's so good in it. I just think if there's a lesser performance in that movie's boring, awful, sucks. She's so good. But we gotta go with Christian Bale in American Psycho as the best horror movie performance of the 21st century. I'm very happy with this choice. It's my favorite movie. He's so funny in it. Let's play the trailer. It's probably stupid. Let's just watch it. I bet the trailer's so stupid. That music.
He's so sweet.
I've never watched this trailer before. It's very of its time. They're definitely marketing as a full-on horror movie. And now this fun music.
Is about to slip.
And now it's turned into hard rock. Wow, this trailer's awful.
Actually, yes.
Oh my gosh.
I just had to kill a lot of people!
That's a funny way to end it. Interesting. No wonder that didn't make any money. Or I assume it didn't make any money. Let's check that also while we're here. $34 worldwide against a $7 million budget? Okay, that did good, actually. Well, I mean, that's not good, but did fine. Made its money back, probably, in that time. Anyway, okay. Christian Bale, American Psycho, best horror movie performance of the 21st century. Comment below with your suggestions for a new bracket. We want 2, 4, 8, 12, 16. Hold for plane. There's a plane outside my window. We want 16 nominations in your comment. We want it preferably to seed it for me, like 1, 4, 2, whatever way you want to do it. 2, 3. Preferably seed it would be nice, or else I'm just gonna toss it in there. And also, we're only doing best of stuff. I don't like trashing stuff as I don't want to trash stuff. Okay, I just want to talk about movies positively. Okay, so comment with some options for what I could do next for the bracket, and go watch American Psycho and all these other movies. See you in the next one.